Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel Freedom Tech, and in this session what we are going to learn. In this session we are going to create yolov8 object detection application with the help of tkinter, and then we are going to convert our Python script in setup.exe file. So for that we are going to use a py installer. So this is what we are going to learn in today's session. So before we move to our practical, friends, if you learn something from our videos, please consider to subscribe our channel. Okay friends, thank you so much, and let's get started. So friends, as I mentioned, we are going to create here a tkinter application. Means I have already created the tkinter application, and it is really simple application. There is nothing fancy, and I have shared the full code of the application, and we are going to detect the object with the help of our tkinter application, where we have yolov8 ultralytics object detection, and then we are going to use a py installer for converting our application in setup.exe file. So it means now you can simply install that setup.exe file and you can run your application on Windows computer. So let's get started. So for that, first I have created a repository tkinter yolov8 app. I will mention the link inside description box. You need to simply copy and paste the link inside the browser, then go to the code and click on download zip, and it will download our zip format repository. So as I mentioned, inside that repository I have already created a tkinter application. As you can see, myapp.py. So myapp.py is basically our full tkinter application for yolov8 object detection. So let me open file manager, downloads, and this is what our repository. Right click, winrar, extract with the folder name. So we have now our folder. That's it. Again, same folder. And now first we need a packages. So I have created here a packages.txt file, as you can see, and this is the packages which we want for today's project. So simply we want to install these packages with the help of Thony, also with the help of cmd, because we are going to cross check our application, or we can say we are going to cross check our Python script from cmd. Because when you install the application, when we convert our application in setup.exe file and you simply try to install this application in other computer, on that computer there is no Thony Python ID, there is nothing. So the application will basically use the command prompt. So we want to cross check our application in cmd, where we are going to create our application on that computer. So we want to install all these packages along with the Thony Python ID also from cmd, our command prompt. So let's just open our Thony Python ID and go to the tools, and first package, which is opencv-python. So let's just search for opencv-python, opencv-python, hit enter. Opencv-python, click on install. It will install opencv package. Then we need our yolov8, means ultralytics package. So ultralytics package, hit enter. First package ultralytics, and it will install ultralytics. Just click on install button and it will install ultralytics package. Then we need a pywin32 package. So just search for pywin32, hit enter, and then as you can see, a pywin32 Python for window extensions. So simply click on pywin32, click on install, and it will install pywin32 package on our machine, the Windows machine. This is Windows 11. Then we need a pillow package. So just search for pillow, hit enter. Pillow, first package, Python imaging library. So just click on pillow, click on install button, and it will install pillow package on our Windows machine. Then we need cvzone and one more package which we need. So I forget to mention, which is our main package, which is py-install. So py-installer, pip install py-installer. This is what our package. So no problem, I will add the package. So CV zone, manage packages, then again CV zone, click on enter button and CV zone package, install it. That's it, it will install CV zone package. Then we need py-installer, search for py-installer, first package py-installer. As you can see, I have already installed, so just click on install, or if there is upgrade button, simply click on upgrade button, it will upgrade the packages. So this is how you need to install all these packages which I have mentioned. So now same packages we want to install with our command prompt. So just go and open the command prompt. So pip install opencv-python, then we need ultralytics package, then we need pillow package, and then we need CV zone package, then we need py-win32 package, and then we need a py-installer package, and what else? OpenCV-Python is there, ultralytics is there, py-win32 is there, pillow is there, and py-installer is there, and CV zone is there. So this is the packages which we need. So just install with CMD, click on enter button, and as you can see, because I have already installed all these packages, OpenCV-Python, ultralytics for yolov8, pillow package, CV zone package, py-win32, and the py-installer. This is the packages which we need for today's project. That's it. So we have done with package installation. Now simply I have created the myapp.py. So just open the myapp.py, and this is what our code. So this is the packages which we import: win32 event, win32 API, import Cs, from win error, import error already exists. This is the code. If suppose we create our setup.exe file, and if there is something error, or we can say if the application takes some time, so it will check if there is error or not. So it will take care of all this win32 error process. So for that we have to mention this code first, then our main module, which is tkinter, then cv2, then pil is basically pillow. From pillow pil we are going to import image tk, then tkinter file dialog, because we are going to create here option where user can upload their video file also, and with the help of video file also we are going to detect a object. So for that we need a file dialog option from tkinter. Then we have our pandas as a PD, because we are going to use our yolov8 object detection method. So if you follow my old video, then you definitely know we use pandas for the data from our yolov8. So for that we need pandas. We are going to convert our yolov8 data in table format. So for that we need a pandas. Then ultralytics, import YOLO, this is what our main package, then CV zone and the threading. That's it. So simple. If we want to create our application, so we want to simply first mention some global variables. Cap is equal to also none, is camera also false. Then we are going to skip here some frames, because right now I am working on CPU, there is no GPU. So we are going to skip some frames. So basically we are going to skip 3 frames. So it will work fast. So frame count is equal to 0, then frame skip threshold 3. You can simply change here frame rate as per your requirement. Then this is the model yolov8 s.pt. This is the pre-trained by default model, and the video pause is basically the false. So this is the global variables which we want to declare first. Then we have our coco.txt file. If you open the repository, so inside that, as you can see, this is what our coco.txt file, and inside that coco.txt file we have all our classes. So here also we are going to mention the option menu. Suppose if user want to detect only one class, let's say if I just want to detect here a person from video or from the web camera, so we mention here a selection option menu, drop down menu, where we have all these classes, and user can simply select one class from this list. So for that we want to read our coco.txt file. So for that I have create here read classes from file. This is the function. So how we read our normal txt file? So this is the simple things. File path is basically the object with open file path. Then we are going to only read the file. So for that R as a file. Then classes is equal to, we are going to use here line.strip method, and because our classes is line by line, so we want to read each line. So line.strip method for line in our file, and then we are going to return our classes. Simple. Then depth staff webcam, this is the start webcam function, where global cap is camera on is also global variable, because we mention it here. As you can see, clap is camera on, so cap is also global variable, is camera on is also global variable, also video pause is also the global variable. So first what we want to mention here, we want to mention our if condition. If not is camera on, then cap is equal to cv2.video capture, and we want to mention our index number, the camera index number. Then is camera on is equal to true, video pause is equal to false. Why? Because now we want to start our web camera, so of course we want to mention video pause, the global variable false. And then update canvas is next function, where we are going to update our frame. So this is the start webcam function, simple function, simple method. Then same way stop webcam, again global cap is camera on, video pass, this is the global variable. And here also we want to mention if cap is not none, then cap.release, because right now we want to stop our web camera. So if cap is not none, cap.release is camera on is false, because now we want to make our camera off. So is camera on is the global variable, we want to mention a false. Also right now we don't want to make our video pause, we want to completely shut our camera, so video pause is also false. Then this is the pause and resume video. So global video pause, not video pause. Video pause means first it will pause our video, and same button will release, or we can say the resume video. Simple. So pause resume video function. Then select file, this is the function for user to select their file. So go global cap is camera on, video pause, this is our global variable. If the camera is on, stop webcam, because right now user want to upload their video file, the user don't want to use their web camera. So for that, if the camera is on, stop the webcam function. So for that we mention stop webcam. Then file path is just a variable. Now we want to use here from tick enter file dialog, we want to use here our file dialog. So here it is, as you can see, I have mentioned the file dialog. From file dialog dot ask open file name, and file types video files, and we are going to allow this MP4, AVI and MOV format. You can add format as per your requirement. So MP4, AVI and MOV format. Then simple, if there is file path, means now user select their the video file and simply want to create the no condition. So if the user select their video file, so if the file path is there, simply we want to mention cap is equal to cv2.video capture, and inside that we want to pass our file path variable, because file path is our video file. So file path. Then is camera on is true, then video pass is basically false, and update canvas, we want to simply update our canvas, because now we want to update our frame. We want to update our frame with the help of our video file. Simple. So dev update canvas, this is the main function where we are going to work with our frame. Either it is a video file or whether it is a live webcam feed. So same variable, global variable. So if the camera is on, if not video pause, read frame is equal to cap.read, and if there is read, of course we are going, as I mentioned, we are going to skip here some frame. So the frames we are going to skip, as we mentioned, 3. If you have a GPU, a powerful GPU, there is no need to skip the frame, because right now I am working on CPU machine, so I need to skip the frames for better performance. So this is the method where we are going to skip our frames. Then canvas dot after 10 milliseconds we are going to call our update canvas function. So here it is, as you can see, I have mentioned cv2.color because we want to convert our frame with BGR to RGB format, because OpenCV work with BGR to RGB. So simply frame cv2.resize. Now then we are going to resize our frame with 1020 width and 500 is the height. Then selected class, as I mentioned, we are going to use here a class selection method. For that, simply selected class is equal to class selection dot get. Then result model dot predict. This is the basic method. As you can see, this is the basic method. This is how we call our object detection. The result, then the pd dot data frame. Then we have x1, y1, x2, y2. This is the method which I have explained in previous video several times. So this is what our basic yolov8 object detection method. So where we resize our frame, after that we want to call our object detection frame, and then of course we are going to show our frame on tkinter canvas. So we want to convert our frame in array format. For that we have our pillow function, which is image tk, which basically convert our frame into photo image. So here we have done with our object detection method. Now we want to convert our frame in photo image. So photo is equal to image tk. So image tk is from our pillow. Here it is, as you can see, from pil means the pillow, import image and import image tk. So image tk, which we are going to use for converting our frame in basically photo image, for showing our live frame on canvas, tkinter canvas. Simple fundamentals, friends. There is nothing hardcore code here. Simple fundamentals. And here it is, as you can see, I have mentioned image.tk photo image, and simply we want to convert our frame. First we want to convert our frame in array format with the help of pillow image function. So image, here it is, as you can see, I have mentioned the I is basically capital. Why? Because we are going to use here from pil, we are going to use here image. So here it is, as you can see, the I is capital. So this image is basically convert our frame in array format for showing our frame in tkinter canvas. That's it. So for that, image is equal to image dot from array, and inside that we want to pass our this frame. Simple. After that, canvas.img, this photo, then canvas create. We want to create our image and we want to show our image, this photo image, on our canvas. And then canvas dot after 10 millisecond update canvas method. That's it. Then quit, we have quit button, which basically quit our application. So stop webcam, root.quit and root.destroy. And this is what our buttons, root.tk.tk, the title of our application. Then this is the canvas method. We are going to use here tk.canvas, root width is 1020, height is 500. Then canvas.pack, fill both way, expand true. Then class list is equal to, we are going to call our read classes from file function. This one function, the first function, read classes from file, which basically read our coco.txt file. So we want to mention inside that file, we want to mention coco.txt file. And then the class selection method, for that we are going to use tk.stringvar method. And class selection, by default it will select all the classes from our list. Means when user start application, by default it will detect all the object. For that we want to mention class selection dot set all, class selection dot set all, and then here it is, as you can see, selected class is equal to this class selection. This class selection, as you can see, this class selection we mention here for set, this class selection, and then here we want to get the selection. So for that, class selection dot get method. First we want to set the class selection, which is all, then we want to call class selection dot get method for getting the request. Simple. I am trying to explain all this code really simple way, friends. Okay, so class selection set, and by default, as you can see, default selection is basically the all. You will get the idea when we start our application, you will get the detailed idea. Let me first explain the code. Class selection label, and we want to mention the class selection. This is just a label, not button. So it will put the label class selection. Inside that, the text we mention for that label, which is select class. And we are going to put the label on our main window, which is root window. As you can see, the root window is our main window, root. Simple. And then we are going to mention the side. Of course, we want to pack all these things. So class selection label dot pack, we want to pack, and the side is basically left. If we create the button, we want to simply mention we want to pack the button. So this is the method. Create the label, pack the label. Create the button, pack the button. This is the method for tick enter. So class selection entry, now we want to create a option menu for selecting the entry. So class selection entry tk, as you can see, the option menu we are going to use from the tk, and here we want to mention the root, which is the main window, and we want to mention the class selection, this variable, the class selection, because this is the label. So first it will paste our label, then we have all, then we are going to use our class list. This class list is basically our coco.txt, which we are going to read with the help of our line.strip function. So we want to mention this class list, as you can see here, with this star class list. And here I have mentioned populate drop down with classes from text file. It will populate all the drop down classes with the help of our class file, which is coco.txt. Simple. Then of course this also now we want to pack, so entry.pack, side is left. And then we have simple buttons. As you can see, we have here a buttons, a play button, stop button, select file button. As I mentioned, this is the simple code. File button, ticket.button, button frame is our main frame. Here it is, as you can see, we create how we want to put our button on the frame, means how we want to show our frame, the button frame. So here we want to mention first the button frame, and then we want to call all inside buttons, we want to call our button frame method. Simple. So this is the buttons, which is select file, pause, resume, and quit. That's it. And then here, friends, when we use object detection method, because this is heavy application, so it will take some time. When we click on play button, it will take some time to start the object detection. So meanwhile, what we are going to do, we are going to show some image. So we have here inside repository, I have mentioned image, which is basically Ultralytics image, the YOLO JPG. As you can see, this is the image. So this image we are going to show. Meanwhile, the process going on, basically the backend process, means if we click on the play button, it will take some time to start the webcam, then the object detection. So meanwhile, we are going to show this image. We can say this is the loading image. Simple. So for that, we want to call this as a load image. So initial image is basically image.open. This is the image name which we have inside our repository. I have already mentioned it, so no problem. I have already mentioned all these things in repository. There is no worry, friends. As you can see, yolo.jpg. So simply we are going to call this image. You can study this code. You can study this code step by step. So initial image, I have mentioned the image, then simply image.tk photo image. Again, we want to convert the image in photo image. So initial image, this one. Then here it is, as you can see, we want to create a canvas, separate canvas for this particular image. That's it. So now this is what our basic simple tkinter application code for yolov8. As I mentioned, you can study this code and you will get the idea. It is really simple and basic fundamentals. So now what we are going to do, simply we are going to start our application, and of course this is the yolov8 application. So first it will download our yolov8s.pt, because inside repository there is no pre-trained model. So when we start our object detection, means when we start our application, first it will download yolov8s.pt, a pre-trained model. So let's just first start our code. And then, as I mentioned, we want to run this code with our command prompt also. So as you can see, it's now downloading our yolov8s.pt pre-trained model. So friends, as I mentioned, as you can see, this is what our image, ultralytics image. Now simply we want to click on play button and it will start our web camera. So just click on play button. So now camera is on, but it will take some time. So meanwhile, as you can see, there is still our image. There is still our image, and now as you can see, it started our live detection. It's detecting me as a person. Simple. So this is what our live object detection with the help of yolov8 and tkinter application. Now simply, if you want to stop, you can simply click on stop. The camera will exit. Now select file, click on select file. It will ask to select your video file. So now I have here a video file which is CCTV, and if I click on that file, as you can see, the video file is now running inside our application. There is a lots of traffic, there is a detection. Now simply I am going to pause the video. So as you can see, the video is paused. I have click on pause and resume button. So video is paused. Now we want to start our video again, same way, click on same button, it will resume our video. Again click on pause. Now friends, as you can see, because we mention here a class selection, so user can select any class. So right now, as you can see, it's detecting all class, because here the all is default. Now simply if you click here, and here it is, as you can see, it's basically reading our coco.txt file. So inside that coco.txt file, how many classes we have? We have lots of classes, because we are using a pre-trained by default model. So you can select all these classes. So let's just see, let's just say from this video, I just want to detect right now person. So if I click on person and if I resume the video file, so as you can see, now if I pause the video, as you can see right now, it's only detecting the person from this video file. There is lots of object, there is a car, there is a bicycle, but it's not detecting other object because we select here a person. That's it. Now I want to detect here only the bicycle. So let's just click on here, click on motorcycle, again resume. Now as you can see, it's only detecting motorcycle. There is a car, but it's not detecting the car. Again simply click on pause button. Now simply select the car. Again click on pause, resume. Now as you can see, it's only detecting the car. It means our application is perfectly working. Now I have paused my video file. So simply, so now if I want to start again my web camera, just click on stop and then click on play button. It will start your web camera. So right now, as you can see, there is no detection because we select here car class. So if I select the person, there is a detection. It's now detecting only the person. So now again, click on stop button, select file button. So I have here another video file also, which is let's say this one. So this is basically a school bus where we have person. As you can see, now it's detecting the person. Simple. So friends, now again, if I click on stop button, if I click on play button, it will start my web camera. That's it. So this is how our tkinter application work. Now I want to quit my application. So now click on stop button. It will release our camera and then quit the button. It will safely close your application. So this is how, friends, our Tkinter simple application work. Now we have create our application. Now as I mentioned, we want to cross check our application with the help of CMD, because we want to create our setup.exe file, and which computer where we want to run our setup.exe file, in that computer there is no Python, there is no Tony editor, nothing. So there is only command prompt. So we want to cross check our application if it is perfectly work with CMD. So friends, simply this is what our repository. Inside downloads we have Tkinter yolov8 app main folder, and again same folder, and inside that we have all our application related files. So yolov8s.pt, myapp.py, and then packages.txt, all these files. So here we want to click here and simply mention CMD. It will open the CMD with our directory, as you can see. Now simply here it is, as you can see, I have closed the Tony Python ID. Remember one thing, when you want to run the code with CMD, just close the Tony Python ID. So I have closed the Tony Python ID. Now we are going to simply run the Python command space our script name, which is myapp.py, and just hit enter, and it will open our application. There is no error because we install our packages. So our application is perfectly working with CMD also. Now just cross check. If I click on play button, it will start our webcam. Now click on stop button, select file, and I have select the file, video file. It's working perfect. If I click on pause button, it pause, select file. So I have select the file. I want to select now class. So if I select here person, resume, click on play button, stop, then select file, and then if I again select a video file, and then pause button. So now as you can see, it's only detecting the person. So now let's just select a car, resume, and as you can see now it's detecting only car. Again pause. If I select a motorcycle, resume, now as you can see it's only detecting the motorcycle. So our code is perfectly working with the Tony also the CMD. Now we are ready. Now simply click on stop button and click on quit button. That's it. So now we have done with application creating part. Now we want to convert our application in setup.exe file. So for that we have our Py installer. So let me close the CMD again, CMD. We are now inside our repository. So here what we want to do, we want to simply run the command like this way, Py installer, because we install our Py installer package. So Py installer space hyphen. Before we start our Py installer, let's just create a separate folder. So here inside our repository, just create a new folder and mention the name, which is my app, and copy and paste our Python script, which is myapp.py. Just copy it inside the myapp.py. Just copy paste it. It will really good to work with creating separate folder, and inside that we are going to paste our Python code. Means when we convert our script in a setup.exe file, now it means it will save all the files and folder for our application, for our setup.exe file inside our myapp folder. Cool. So open the CMD. As you can see, I have opened the CMD, and now we create a myapp folder. So let me close the CMD, and we are now inside our myapp folder. Here we are going to run our CMD. Now it's really easy to use. Now Py installer space, we want to create all the files with one file. We don't want to create a multiple files for our application. We want to create only one file including all the files. So -one file is the option, then -w. Py installer is our main command. space -1 file space -w, and then we want to mention our Python script name, which is myapp.py. That's it. This is what our full command. Py-installer space -1 file space -w space our Python script name, which is myapp.py in my case. Just hit enter. Now the process is started. It will take some time. Meanwhile, I will pause a video. So friends, as you can see, we have completed our process. Now simply open our repository and same folder, and inside that we have created our myapp folder, and as you can see, now we have all the application related folder, which is dist, build, and we have myapp.spec text file. So let's just open the text file, and inside this file we want to mention some changes. So what changes we want to mention? For that I have mentioned in repository, I have mentioned ch.txt file. So let's just open that file also. So this is what our ch.txt file, and this is what our myapp.spec text file. So simply from ch.txt, just copy the code, copy as it is, just copy it and open the myapp spec text file and just remove from A to this no archive false. From A to no archive is equal to false, just delete it. And what we copy from our ch.txt, just paste here. Here it is, as you can see, the mouse is basically here. So just Ctrl+V, that's it. And here it is, as you can see, we want to mention our Python script name. So our Python script name is basically myapp.py. So mention here myapp.py is already there, myapp.py. So this is what our Python script name. So this is the changes you want to mention from ch.txt file, which I have already mentioned, and from our application file, which is myapp.spec file. Myapp.spec file, which we have inside our myapp folder, myapp.spec file, which is text file. So inside that text file, you want to copy paste the code from ch.txt to myapp.spec like this way, and change the Python script name with your name, with your Python code name. So if you are using same code, so you want to mention here myapp.py, because in this scenario we have our myapp.py is our main Python code. That's it. Now simply click on file, click on save, and just click on close. It will save our file. You can simply cross check, just open it, and as you can see, we have our changes which we mentioned. Now again open the CMD. We are now inside our myapp, and again here we want to run our py-installer command, py-installer space, and now this time we want to mention our myapp.spec file. So myapp.spec spec file, and just enter. Now it will mention the changes which we have mentioned inside my spec.file. So again it will take some time. Meanwhile, I will pause the video. So friends, our command runs successfully. As you can see, the completed successfully. So we run here two commands with the py-installer. So first one is basically py-installer -1 file -w and our Python script name, which basically create inside our folder, which we create myapp, which basically create the dist folder, build folder, myapp spec text file, and inside that myapp text spec file we mention changes with the help of our ch.txt. We copy code and we mention our code inside our myapp.spec file, and then we run the new command, which is this one, py-installer space myapp.spec file, and just hit enter. It will again mention the changes inside our application. Then done. Now we have done. Close and simply open our myapp folder, which we create inside our repository myapp folder. Here it is, as you can see, Now simply if you open this folder, and inside that, as you can see, we have our setup.exe file. That's it. Now we need here, because we want to run our application, so for that we need our coco.txt file, also we need our ultralytics.jpg image. So here it is, as you can see, these two files, yolo.jpg and coco.txt, yolo.jpg and coco.txt. Just select it, copy it and paste it inside my app dist folder where we have our setup.exe file. Just paste it. That's it. Now go to the back and my app.spec, then the build folder, just delete it. Shift delete, just delete it. This one build. If it's not deleted, no problem. Okay, if you go back, my app, and as you can see, the build folder is deleted. Now inside that dist, we have our myapp.exe, coco.txt and yolo.jpg. This is what our main files. So if you want to share your application, you want to share these three files. Means this is the coco.txt for our object detection and this is the yolo.jpg. So now just for our testing purpose, I am going to simply cut and paste this folder on our desktop. Now as you can see, there is no Thony. Also I am going to close this CMD. Now there is no Thony, no CMD, nothing. We are going to simply open our this folder where we have our myapp.txt. Simply just click on. Now process is started. It will first download our by default pre-trained model and then it will start our application. So now as you can see, I have clicked on myapp.exe. So it's processing. It's processing. And as you can see, the window, CMD window is open. So it's basically download our pre-trained model, which is yolov8s.pt. Inside that, as you can see, we have yolov8s.pt. It means it's downloading our model, pre-trained model. And friends, as you can see, our application is open. So now simply if you click on play button, it will start our USB web camera. So as I mentioned, it will take some time. So as you can see, it started web camera and here it's detecting all object because we have here all. So if I click on the person, so now it's only detecting the person. So remember one thing friends, don't close application directly, just click on stop button, it will release our web camera, then click on select file, select the video file, click on open and it will play the video file. So here it is, as you can see, it's now from this video, it's now only detecting the person. There is other object but it's not detecting because we selected the person. So if I go and if I select here a car, now it's only detecting the car. As you can see, it's not detecting motorcycle and it's only detecting the cars. Now if I go here and if I select the motorcycle, so now it's not detecting the car, it's only detecting the motorcycle. So here also now I just want to stop the detection, click on pause and then click on stop button and then click on quit button. Otherwise the process will still going in backend. And the next time if you want to open the application will not open. So now this is the process, just stop it and quit, stop and quit. Now simply if I click on again myapp.exe, and friends, as you can see, we have our application. So we create a simple tick-intent application and with the help of py installer, we convert our application in setup.exe file. Now simply if you want to share your application, you want to share the dist folder and inside that dist folder you have your setup.exe and all other files. So I have shared the full code with the repository. I hope you will learn something from this video. We'll meet our next video. Till then, thank you, take care and bye-bye.